Tell us your name.
Rob Streck, S-T-R-E-C-K, Sheriff, Montgomery County.
So what happened here on Erickson?
So around 2:38 this afternoon, we were dispatched here on a domestic situation. About a minute and a half later, while crews were en route, that call was changed to someone has been shot at the scene. When we arrived, we indeed did find that someone had been shot. Began obviously collecting witnesses, trying to figure out. Jefferson Township medics were here very quickly and began, assisting the individual that was shot. Agencies from throughout the county, the city of Dayton, the sheriff's office, and some others began looking for the known suspect, who we were advised of when we arrived here. At this point, the individual that was shot has been taken to a local hospital with life-threatening injuries. So she is being worked on at the hospital, and we do have a person of interest in custody that our detectives are working with now to try to put all this together.
Was there a 99 drop for this?
There was not a 99 dropped. Obviously, when it happens in a residential area like this and individuals are known, there are some emotions that get out. But, it was under control. We had to ask for a few more cars to come and help with the crowd a little bit, but there was never any 99 dropped.
Okay, and those were family members, all this?
As far as I know, most of the ones I talked to were family members, and then I'm sure there were some friends involved.
The victim is a female, you said?
Yeah, we do have a female victim.
Okay. Condition?
I don't know. All I can say was that when she was removed, there were life-threatening injuries.
Gun? Was the gun? Did you guys find the gun?
We believe we have the firearm in custody, and we believe that we do have the person of interest in custody. And once again, it's so early on, we're trying to work all that out, but we believe we have the individual responsible in custody.
Okay. Sheriff, I don't know if you feel comfortable answering this question or not, but if anybody should be going through any type of domestic violence, would you encourage them to reach out for help?
Yeah, obviously, any time there's a domestic violence situation or any kind of threats in a family, the best thing to do is reach out. When it comes to domestic violences or issues where domestics occur, violence is always very possible. So, yes, it's always better to have us on the way. That way, if we get there and there's nothing that occurred, we can pack up and leave and then make sure that everybody's safe.
Was this a husband and wife situation?
No, I really can't give that out right now, but it was not.
Okay. Guys?
I guess, we see family members, obviously in grief. Is there any way, how would you impress upon people that they need to respect the perimeter because they could contaminate the crime scene, and they probably don't want to see, as much as they want to see what's in there, they probably don't want to see that. I wonder if you could speak to that.
Yeah, and one of the problems here is that, people on the scene felt that the medics were here too long. It's just important for people to remember that medics know what they're doing. They have all kinds of technology that are helping them, and just because they're not rushing someone out, that doesn't mean that they're not working. And that was the main thing we tried to impress upon the people here, was that the individual was being worked on. They were being taken care of in the best possible way, and it just was taking them a little while to get the person's individual stabilized, to be moved to the hospital. And once again, in a situation like this, emotions are so high. All we can do is try to keep the scene protected, keep the scene secure. But we also want to remember that there are family members here, there are witnesses here, and we got to treat them the way that we all would want to be treated in a situation like this. So it's a balancing act. But once again, as law enforcement, our main thing is to protect the scene, protect the victims, protect the witnesses, because obviously we want to make sure that the individual responsible for this is taken and justice is done. So that's our main purpose here. But we also want to remember that there are family and loved ones here, and we'll do everything we can to help them during the time.
Sir, for the most part, Jefferson Township is under your jurisdiction. It's been fairly quiet, am I correct?
Jefferson Township, it's a great community. There's not a whole lot of issues. Once again, issues like this can happen in any community. It's just a tragic instance that occurred today in Jefferson Township, and it's just awful, and it's just something that you know, violence needs. We just need to deal with the violence that's going on, especially the gun violence. There's a lot out there right now, and we just need to find a way to get people thinking about others and loving humanity once again, as opposed to going straight to firearms.
Have you responded to this house before?
You know, I can't answer that, but I can tell you it's not a troubled house or anything like that.
Do you have ages or an age for the victim or the suspect?
I can't give that out right now.
Okay.
I guess to a little bit of a semantic nonsense, like, are you unsure because are you not able to say that if you've had calls at this house because they're like under investigation or part of this investigation, or you just don't know that fact knowledge? Like,
I don't know. I don't know how many times we've been to this residence, but like I said, just from talking to individuals here, I can tell you this is not a residence where we have to spend a lot of time or deal with people living in there. So it's just like any other community house here in this area.